What's good, everybody? Shaq back with Surge's Collection. Today is Monday, July 27th. It is day 16th of our 21-day speed run challenge. So today I'm going to switch things up a little bit. I'm going to still talk about what we did today, but I'm going to try to, after that, just show you around the store a little bit. So, and show you everything we've done so far and some of my thoughts, what still needs to be done before we get to opening day on Saturday. All right, so let's jump in with my notes. So today, Monday, we had a lot of deliveries today. Unfortunately, I was at work still, and it was FedEx, and they only do signature on delivery. So I had a lot of stuff. I had a lot of items that were supposed to be delivered today that weren't. So the chairs, the 12X chairs, the two missing tables that were found, um, and then a few other items were supposed to be delivered today, but the driver um, didn't wasn't there, and I saw them on my camera. For like they were there for 20 minutes, and I was like, man, I should have left work, but ended up not being able to leave work to get there to sign and get everything in. Also about doing thought about doing putting my signature on file, but now I want to make sure to sign everything that comes in. So, but yeah, they should be back tomorrow, so we'll get all those things tomorrow delivered, and then we'll start putting everything in its rightful place. So our display fixtures, the ones that were missing from yesterday, I sent an email to them early in the morning. I called them, and they're doing everything they can to get those things shipped by Friday. So it's gonna be a tight turnaround. We open Saturday morning, so I'm expecting it. Hopefully, it gets here earlier by Thursday, but I'm expecting it to get here by Friday. There's 3 display cases, and then there's a corner piece to build. We could pretty much build those in an hour, a few hours with the help that we have. So, not super concerned about that. I'm just concerned about, as we know, things go wrong. So, what if um, everything is not there that we need? So, we'll see what happens with that. And if it doesn't come, we'll just have to figure something out. What else do we do? Went to Lowe's. We had to buy just a bunch of different tools, screws, prepping for our slat wall install. We're going to do all that tomorrow, so we need to make sure we get the right screws. We also needed to drill a small hole in our checkout counters to put all the wires in, so we needed to get the things for that. So, and then just odds and ends as we look at measurements and Ethernet cables and wires and making sure that we have everything set up the right way. Um, Also did a bunch of our marketing stuff today. So set up our event. We'll have it in an app called Pi and just share it with some friends, and we'll continue to share that. But set that up. Started working on all the marketing. Gonna start doing like small ads tomorrow and post tomorrow. But have all the creatives finally done for that. So that's great. Um, we built all the tables. So we have right now. I'm looking. Um, we have a total of 10 tables out here, and then we have one in the back for me. So 11 total tables that were built. These are pretty extensive, just building because they had like 200 screws. So it took a lot of work to build them. But we finally got all that done, set up all the chairs. So we measured out. We were trying to get 60 in here, but with the way it works, it's only like 27 feet across. We couldn't get 4 tables as well as having kind of the compliance on either side. So ended up just going with 48. So we'll have 3 extra that we'll need to return. Place to work order. We have a plug that's missing that we need for the checkout area. Checked in with some distros. Actually, so I have 4 that I was approved for. 2 were already official in the sense of like I already started ordering. One of them was one that I had before, and then I'm still waiting on one of the new ones, and then the other one that I had before, we finally got approved today. We didn't have to do the entire process again. We just had to upgrade my account to a physical brick and mortar, and then start the process. And so now I'll probably place an order, but they're so backed up, it may not come here till next week. So thankfully, today I paid for my large order with the new distro that I had. So we should be good for launch. We'll have, like I said, we'll have products from most of the TCGs. Bandai is a little hard to get right now. For some reason, a lot of well, I guess Bandai, not for some reason, Bandai kind of stipulates that most of their product goes to organized play stores. So pretty much they're already short printed, and so you can imagine organized play stores getting that, and so there's not really much left over. So we'll probably get on the next set that comes out because we pre-ordered that before, but probably won't have as many Bandai products just yet, except for like Digimon or something that's not as popular. But more to come there. Um, we have our lockers we set up. We're just using like shelving, so just for you to put your stuff, and we'll show that later. We also set up our checkout counters, put up all our computer displays, phone system, all that right now, and then set up the bathroom, installed dispensers, trash, and just all the things we need to do to set it up. So place is coming along really well. Um, Probably we would have been mostly we would have been finished by tomorrow with most of the build out, and that's kind of how it's scheduled. Because I really wanted to spend Wednesday through Friday with inventory, merchandising, marketing, and things like that. But because of the display cases, we'll get most of the stuff done. Like tomorrow, we'll do the slat wall. We'll finish up pretty much some small things here. We need some longer cables and cords, but for the most part, after tomorrow, once the tables get delivered, the chairs get delivered, the slat wall gets installed, we pretty much have the store built out. But because of the display cases, that'll be on Friday. But technically, still we'll have Wednesday through Thursday to really do more of the offhand stuff. So, but yeah, that's pretty much that. Let's move on to tomorrow before we get to the store. Tables coming, chairs coming, point of sales. I had my meeting today, but I actually missed it because I had a bunch of just different people in here working on stuff, and I just got busy. So that's tomorrow. We'll build the last two tables tomorrow. I have a bunch of interviews, so doing 2 rounds of interviews this time. Start all tomorrow. So 15-minute screens, really vetting, understanding their motivation, understanding who they are, understanding if they're a good fit, and then from there we'll bring them in for a first round interview. Most likely we'll do that later this week or next week. Debating if I want to hire quickly or wait a little longer. Because if I would hire them by the end of this week, they would start on Tuesday and we would do training on Monday. But I may wait a week and do next week with just me and the team we have now, and then pull the trigger on hiring somebody. So we'll see, more to come there. And then just finally stage the full play space and make sure it looks good, make sure the measurements are good, make sure we're compliant, and then a few other deliveries. We talked about the slat wall hanging measurements, and then tomorrow I'll also be spending a lot of time. I'm interviewing, so I'm also spending time with like offer letters, forms, all the things we need, making sure our payroll system is set up in the right way, making sure that um, paychecks come out at the right time. All that stuff I'm going to do tomorrow, as well as marketing. So starting Google Ads tomorrow. The post will all go out tomorrow. Starting to reach out to friends and community. Hey, where's it going? Here's an event. Come join us. Things like that. So don't want to take it too much more time, but that's pretty much the what we did today and what we're doing tomorrow. Now we'll show the space. What's good, everybody? Back again real quick for a quick tour. So we'll start. We'll go pretty quickly. So these are all our tables. Right now we have 10 sitting out. We'll have 12 when it's all said and done. We'll have 48 chairs. Got our TV hung already. On this side we have this could be where we have our lockers where people can just put their bags and belongings over here. We have um, our shelves for our slat wall, our hooks. Moving down, we have our gondolas. We have 2 of these all set up and ready to go. We're going to use mostly shelving for our stuff. A couple of hooks, but mainly shelving. Slat wall was pretty ambitious. Got 16 total. May not need all of them, but at least we have them. They're black and gloss. And then we have our cooler. And then we have our checkout station. We have a magic sorter back there, but you can see we're missing a glass display. Checkout station, we're missing another glass display, and then here's our second checkout station. So yeah, that is pretty much it. We are 5 days, technically 5 days from opening. So we're getting there. We're almost there. It's been a sprint the last few weeks. Like I said, we have really the main thing is hanging the slat wall. We're going to put on this wall, we'll have 16 feet across. So 4x4, 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 4x4. Probably going to end somewhere around here where the level ends, somewhere around that. And then we'll do the same on the other side. And then we'll kind of see first if we want to do a double. So we want to do another 4x4 on top of it to make it 8. So more to come there. But yeah, that is the space. And then we have a nice little community board right there. So until next time, y'all. Peace.